The dragon no one wanted, until a human boy read the necklace. They called it a curse. They called it a burden. They never called it by its name. Before this story begins, tap to save. And when it ends, repost it. The dragon lay chained in the village square, wings folded like ruined sails, eyes turned toward the dust so the crowd wouldn't have to meet them. Rusted manacles bit into scaled wrists. A necklace hung against its throat, a thin band of hammered metal with a line of jagged marks that looked like scratches to everyone else. Everyone but me. I was 12, which meant I still stooped to read things adults stepped over. I pushed between boots and baskets until I stood close enough to feel the dragon's breath. Warm, slower than I expected, like a bellows that had forgotten urgency. "Eli," my mother warned behind me, "back." "I just want to see," I said. My voice came out smaller than my courage pretended to be. The elder's staff thumped stone. "Our decree stands. This beast brings ruin. We'll sell it to the iron caravans by dusk. They know how to use what others can't use, not care for." The dragon didn't flinch at the word. You only flinch at a wound once. Then you learn to be still. I leaned closer. The necklace caught the light. The scratches weren't scratches. They were letters. Not from here. I knew them anyway. My father had taught me the old trade scripts he'd seen on the road. He said reading other people's letters was a way of keeping them human in your mind. He died last winter with frost in his lungs and ink still on his fingers. I traced the marks with my eyes and felt the shape of the words lock into place. Not a curse, not a brand, a plea. "If found, speak the name. I obey the first kindness I hear." My mouth went dry. "It's not a chain," I whispered. "What?" my mother said. I pointed. "It's a promise." The dragon's eye slid, very slightly, to meet mine. The pupil was a slice of midnight. The gold around it rippled and steadied. Waiting. The elder snorted. "Run along, boy." "No." The word surprised me. It stood there between us like a small wall. "Let me try." Laughter. Thin. Brittle. The kind of laughter people use to glue fear together. The iron caravan men watched with interest and boredom, the way you watch a storm to guess if it will ruin your crops or someone else's. I stepped close enough to see the pattern hammered into the metal. The name was there too, buried in the script like a seed. I said it so soft the crowd didn't catch it. The dragon did. Its ear fins trembled, breath deepened. A shiver moved under the scales and stilled. "Again," I murmured. I said the name like a secret you are careful with. The dragon lifted its head the width of a finger and looked at me properly. "What did you say?" the elder snapped. "Her name," I said. "You didn't ask if she had one." The leader from the caravan smiled with too many teeth. "Pretty trick, boy. Names don't change markets." The dragon's lips pulled back, not quite a snarl. Not at him. At the necklace. I reached toward it and paused. The dragon stilled so hard it felt like the air stilled too. "May I?" I asked. A heartbeat. 2. The dragon bent its neck an inch, and that inch was as complete a yes as I'd ever seen. I touched the metal, warm. My fingers shook. I read the whole ring aloud, halting, then steady. Old words from far places. I obey the first kindness I hear. My father would have loved that line. "First kindness," I said, looking up at the elder, then at my mother, then at the caravan man. "Did any of you try?" Silence. The dragon said my name. Not with a human mouth. With breath and intention. The sound slid into the air and made a space for me there. It bowed its head enough to press the necklace lightly against my palm. The metal chimed. Every story has a door. Ours opened. I walked around to the manacles and spoke the dragon's name again. Careful, reverent. Metal should have a memory. Sometimes it does. The locks didn't burst. They hesitated. My mother stepped forward, eyes wide, hands already reaching for me if all this went wrong at once. The elder lifted his staff. "Stop!" "No," my mother said, and her voice wasn't small. "Let him finish." The caravan man scoffed. "You'll lose your price." "We'll lose our sons if we sell our souls," she said without looking at him. I pressed on the manacle latch and it gave. Not because I was strong, because the dragon held perfectly still. No flinch, no test, no sudden power. Trust offered like a throat. The second manacle opened. The chain clattered. The village flinched inside its own skin. The dragon folded its legs under its body and rose. Slowly, deliberately. It could have smashed us. It did not. It turned its head to the elder and lowered it the distance you lower your gaze to someone you respect but will not obey. Then it spoke again. The sound of my name, and a word laid next to it like a bright stone. Friend. The caravan leader swore. This isn't how it works. It is now, I said. He reached for the necklace. The dragon's head snapped. Not to bite, to put its great eye between the man's hand and the metal, which is a different kind of refusal. I placed my hand on the dragon's jaw. Steady. I could feel its breath in my bones. What happens now? The elder asked hoarsely. I swallowed. We keep our promise. Humans aren't special because we're strongest. We're special because we see words where others see scratches. Because we ask permission. Because we believe first kindness should count. The dragon lowered itself and nudged me forward until I stood where its shoulder met its wing. My mother exhaled like she'd been holding winter in her lungs and stepped up beside me. The elder set down his staff a fraction gentler than before. We walked together through the square. Boy, mother, elder, a village learning to stand up to its own fear, and a dragon wearing a necklace that finally meant what it said. I poured my soul into crafting this story, just one ask, repost it, and drop one word in the comments, belonging. Then tell me, what story should I bring to life next?